This album is hot garbage. Yes, no sugarcoating it. It is pure garbage. I talked about it when it came out.
Why did we let Drake back in the studio, man? Well, we have yet another mid album by Drake. Actually, this is below mid. This was rough.
And it's been a couple months. It's been time since it's dropped, and we can look back on it now. But there's nothing to look back to. I have gone to this track list multiple times within the past few months of it dropping, and every time it might get worse and worse with the listens. I've been seeing a lot of these videos in like reviews, like TikTok reviews and stuff. People talking about Some Sexy Songs for You and saying it's getting better with time, and I don't see it. I don't see anything out of this project that anyone else sees. And people saying that there's no misses. First of all, even if you are a Drake fan, a big Drake fan, even if he doesn't drop the best project, you're going to praise it. Everyone can universally agree Meet Your Padre and Glorious are some of the worst rap songs that could be played in your ears, or R&B songs, but they're garbage. They are really hot garbage, and you have two of those 0 out of 10 songs in the same album. So yeah, seeing those reviews and people talking about that makes me want to kind of just revisit it and go back to it, and I want to make a video about it because it's not getting better by time, okay? It's not, nothing is getting better. Nothing is getting better. If I listen to it again, it's going to be even worse. It's a painfully boring experience, and honestly, if you haven't heard this album, thank yourself, because you're not wasting time in your life to listen to this shit fest. I am really criticizing this album right now, but not even okay. So with no disrespect, like being straightforward, this is a lazy album. I'll put it as simple as that. This is a lazy album. Could have been done way harder, and for an R&B project, this has some garbage vocals, like actual bad vocals. Performance by Drake and P&D. Now, P&D's performances aren't nearly as bad, and he has some good performances. Die Trying is probably the best on this album. I mean, this or Nokia, but besides these two songs, there's nothing. But anyway, P&D puts a really good performance on this song. Great vocals. Drake, his performance is, it's not great. It's not great, but the song has great production and it's catchy, but overall, the performances throughout this album are lazy, and like I said, what do you expect out of an R&B project? You expect crisp, lush vocals. You expect some heavenly vocals, alright? If I'm thinking of Sade, or even, okay, let's just think about Drake here, or P&D. Drake has hit those vocals early in his career. I actually used to say that I like R&B Drake more than rap Drake before this album dropped, because now I have no clue where I was going with that, but at the same time, he has made some amazing R&B music, and this album should not be a representation of what he can do with his vocals and with R&B style production. But anyway, yeah, you're expecting those great vocals out of an R&B project, and this album just does not have that. The vocals are actually terrible. They're terrible. They're really bad and painful. I'm sorry if there's any Drake fans or people who are actually a fan of this album that think I'm being way too harsh, but I honestly couldn't put it any other way. Like, I like, before I go any deeper or, say anything else, I'm not a Drake hater. Drake has amazing projects. He is the king of hits. Drake has a legacy, right? I respect Drake, and he has bangers. He has good music. I don't hate Drake, so I don't want to see that narrative be pushed out about me, but this might be his absolute worst album. I mean, I'm considering, honestly, Nevermind too. Like, he has some misses, but I really think I would much rather enjoy Honestly Nevermind than Some Sexy Songs for You, and I don't even know if it's relatively close. I mean, Honestly Nevermind, Drake went to the party house music vibe, and yeah, he didn't hit that shit at all. That was a pretty bad album, but it has bangers. Let me pull up the track list here. Maybe not a lot of bangers, but Massive's not a bad song. There's some vibes that you can get off of this album. Maybe some late night vibes. If you're in the mood, you could pick a song or two off of here. But Sexy Songs for You, I don't know what you could pick off of here. Like I said, Nokia, I mean, even day one, I didn't really like this song. I never understood the hype about this song, but I do understand it's got great production. It's catchy, but I think it's just so corny. I mean, who's calling my phone and then just talking about Keisha and all, like, it's just corny. It's the concept is corny. But Drake's gonna have to have that hit song, and this was the hit. Like I said, Drake is a hit maker. Amazing with that, and it's a decent song, so you can pick out that. And then the only thing I've actually like gone back to throughout the year is Die Trying. Like I said, It's got a nice vibe to it, the production and the vocals. Drake's, I don't like the auto-tune shit with his voice. Again, the vocals on this album are terrible, but P&D does cook on this song. Gimme a Hug is also another... Actually, hold on. Yeah, earlier I was saying there's only Die Trying and Nokia. You know, I can give one to Gimme a Hug, too. It might sound a little corny, too, but Drake has a nice flow on this song, dude. This is another song that you could pick out of this album. But outside of those, I'm looking at, you know, my ratings here. You have, like, Small Town Fame. It's decent. It's a decent song. And then just, I mean, look at, first off, look at the beginning of this track list. You start off with 5 songs that are at high 3 out of 10. Who wants to sit down and if after 5 songs into it, you hear trash? CN Tower, Mothballs. I mean, I don't understand how songs like this could get praised because I just don't see anything out of it with just terrible, boring production and bad vocals, bad song concepts. Every song concept, matter of fact, is the same throughout this entire album. Drake and P&D are horny, and they're talking about lust, okay? That is this entire album, and maybe a few bars or songs, like, Give Me a Hug, Nokia, where maybe Drake will turn away from being horny. But P&D, every time I hear P&D, this dude's talking about how horny he is. That's all it is. And this album has this whole late night aesthetic. I can give that to it. At least it keeps this whole, you know, vibe throughout the entire album. But at the same time, man, when you have just like the most simplistic, minimalistic production with an attempted R&B delivery, you can say it's late night because you want to fall asleep to it. So, but yeah, honestly, that's all there is to this album. There's nothing else to really say. It's not good. It's not good, and this genuinely might be Drake's worst project. I think I would choose this over I would choose Honestly Nevermind over this. I mean, even For All the Dogs, another just bad album, but I'm not a fan of this attempt of R&B. They could have done so much better. I have heard Drake make good R&B music. He can do it. So what the hell was this? That's all there is to it, though. I wanted to go back to this and maybe appreciate it over time like other people have. That's the biggest thing. I see people saying it's getting better and better within time, over time. How? I was really brutal in this video, but I'm putting it as straightforward as possible. This was a lazy album and just a overall terrible attempt to putting a good R&B project together. I just cannot get behind this attempt. I can't get behind this entire album aside maybe one song or two. And like Glorious actually might be a worse song than Meet Your Padre. This dude had like a Central C flow and oh, I can't even think of it. No, I don't know what was going on through Drake's mind to put out Glorious onto streaming platforms. That is bad. That is so bad. Hey, man, the album cover is fire as fuck. If I was to look at this album cover, I would expect a banger, but don't judge a book by its cover. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I didn't really listen to the music on the video. I wasn't gonna sit down and revisit this entire album on video. I revisited it about a couple days ago, but nothing's changed. My opinion hasn't changed. It's probably actually gotten worse because now over time, like, I'm starting to think this is the worst project Drake has put out. As simple as that. I don't think it's getting better with time. Let me know what y'all think about this, and I can't get behind this album a lot. I mean, no, not even, no. You have some mid songs, but then garbage. Like, no sugarcoating. Straightforward, dude. That's all I gotta say about Some Sexy Songs for You. It is a I want to say 2 out of 10 album. I had it as a 3 out of 10, like a solid or a light 3 out of 10 album, but I think it could go lower. I don't really care. I know it's not a good album. I'm not gonna be crazy about my rating because either way, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, like, come on, what are we arguing? It's garbage either way. But I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and is Some Sexy Songs for You getting better with time? No, it's not.